This episode of The Couch is proudly supported by Retrovision. Shop with the confidence that you're getting the best price on offer. And Safety Compliance Global, taking care of all your safety requirements. Thank you for supporting local.
Hello Australia, big couch coming up, and welcome back to our director Liam Cole from Channel 9 in Sydney. The 9 Network is back directing The Couch today, so welcome back. Big show, episode 790 today. Nisha is talking to Dr. Jenny about her brand new book. There they are there, they're live on set. Later, we've got Port Elwyn with all the streaming titles. We've also got Club Fiesta coming in. We're talking about the Inside Your Mind videos for mental health. We've got Talking Entertainment with Alexander. We've got a local musician, 15-year-old Luca Babbage. It is such a big couch. And what else have we got? Have I left anybody else? Oh, that's about it. I think that's enough for today. Episode 790 starts now.
It's showtime on the couch. Yeah, it's showtime on the couch. You can see it from your house. You can watch it from your house. It's showtime on the couch with Fred and the best in town. Oh, it's showtime on the couch.
Hello Australia, welcome to another big couch. The Natural Advantage is a great new book. We have got her on the couch, the author and of course our good friend Dr. Jenny Brockes, talking to Nisha Seth. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Fred. It's always great to have Dr. Jenny Brockes joining us, and we're talking about the natural advantage. Welcome to the couch.
Thanks so much, Nisha.
Now, we all know how good it is for our mental health and our physical well-being to really be in the outdoors.
We do.
Can you tell us a little bit about the purpose of the book?
I wrote the book because I realised that in times of trouble, when I feel a bit overwhelmed or a bit stressed or a bit like, what I do is I go outside for a walk. And I thought, I think other people probably do the same. And I started to look into the research, and it was very obvious that there's a reason why so many of us are drawn to go and do that when we're feeling a bit like everything's on top of us. So that was the main purpose of writing the book. I wanted to show people that we can do so much for our own mental well-being by doing something as simple as getting outside into some fresh air and sunshine.
Yeah, that's fantastic, because I think sometimes when you give, I know with some of my clients, when you give suggestions like going outside, they may think, oh, that's kind of an aesthetic thing to do. That's
Yes.
not necessarily, oh, go outside. However, you have in the book some good science, I'm sure.
Yes, absolutely. And I've also got a nature prescription in the book.
Oh,
at the
wonderful.
back.
That's
Yes,
a new,
yes.
is that your coin terminology?
It's not, unfortunately,
Oh.
but what it suggests is that you don't have to sort of go out for 6 months to go into the wilderness in order to get the benefits. It's those little micro moments when you're busy during the day and you just think, oh, I need a break, what can I do? Open the window, look out, or open the door, step out, and then you start to get your body reacting, lower blood pressure, lower heart rate, your mind starts to clear and feel calmer, and you feel better, and it happens in just a few minutes.
Wow, that's amazing,
Just a few
isn't
minutes.
it?
Yeah, it is amazing.
And that connection between the body and the mind, so important.
Yep.
Tell us a bit about the structure of the book, and
Okay.
I guess how, if I was a reader, how I could approach it.
So the book's divided really into 2 parts. Obviously, there's an introduction as to why time in nature is so good for us, because it's good for your mental, physical, emotional, social health and well-being.
Everything, your whole
it's
life
good for
work.
everything. It's good for everything. And then it sort of looks at why that should be. And then it sort of explicitly dives into why some people are drawn to water. Some people just love spending time at the beach or going swimming or something like that. Other people are much more drawn to getting out into the hills, going for a hike or a cycle ride or something like that, to look at the different ways we can interact with nature, and to understand that if you can't access nature very easily, and we don't all live in green leafy suburbs, that there's always something you can do. You can even bring it indoors. And what I love is seeing other people's houses where they've got all their lovely natural plants in there. They might be growing herbs. They might have beautiful pictures on their wall. They might even use green, for their soft furnishings and things like that, because we know that just looking at green is calming.
Colour psychology.
Colour
I like
psychology.
it. Now I'm
Yeah.
curious. You mentioned water. I
Yes.
am very drawn to water. What would some of the reasons or science be around that? Probably much of the audience might be too.
Okay, so blue space, which is water, is just as good for you as green space.
Okay.
In fact, in some instances, is possibly better for us. So if you live in a beautiful place like Perth, you have the advantage that you've got access usually fairly easily to both, and I think that's the best of all.
Excellent.
But, water is particularly good for us. It's very good for helping you to sleep better. I don't know if you ever go down the beach and you spend time out there and you enjoy the
Yes.
environment, and then you find you go home and you have a really good night's sleep.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
The science tells us that. And again, it has the same physiological changes in our body when we spend time in water. I mean, I love swimming. I'm a chili dipper, so I jump into our back pool as often as I can, and that always makes me feel better. And I think for mental well-being, we underestimate how profound a simple act like just getting wet or going for a walk is for how we feel mentally. I think it's such a simple thing to do, but such a profound thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And this nature prescription,
Oh yes.
and tell us a bit about that.
Okay, so it's the typical pyramid, what you do most of and what you can do occasionally. So the most of is what you can do every single day, those micro moments of interaction with nature. So take 5 minutes to get outside several times a day. Take a lunch break. I'm still amazed how some people don't stop all day long.
Me too. Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, I thought you were saying me too. I don't take a lunch
Oh,
break.
definitely not. I take lots of breaks. Nothing is something. Something is nothing.
But creating that habit, because we are creatures of habit, and unless we choose to do that, it doesn't happen. So do those little things often, and then once a week, once a month, go out for half a day. Do something that takes you outside. If you've got family, take them outside for a picnic or whatever you like to do. And then a couple of times a year, go for the big venture.
Great.
And for me, that's getting out into the never.
Getting off the grid?
Get off the grid.
Excellent.
Into the remote areas where you've just got silence and space and the stars. To me, that's absolute bliss.
Wonderful. It sounds like we all need our nature prescription, and I think that Fred is certainly already looking at the natural advantage there. He's having a good read of the book, which is excellent. Now, Jenny, tell us where we can get a copy of the book, really importantly.
It's available online, it's available at all good bookstores, and it's also available at my website, which is simply drjennybrockis.com.
Wonderful. Dr. Jenny, always a pleasure to have you on the couch, and
Thank
we'll
you.
look forward to seeing you again on the couch very soon.
I look forward to that too. Thanks, Nisha.
And thank you very much for my personalised copy here. I'm definitely
Very
going to read it. It'll be very useful for myself and a lot of people as well.
Great, thank you.
Absolute pleasure. Now, if you've missed any of that, of course, you can go to thecouch.com.au or our Facebook page and find out more information. But right now, I'm going to get into my natural advantage. Back to you, Fred.
Thank you, Nisha. Thank you to Dr. Jenny. Feeling better, being healthier, and living longer. That's my dream. It could be yours as well if you'd like one of the books. We are lucky enough to give away 3 today on the couch. All you need to do is take note of our SMS number 0439 929 929. Just put your name and address on that SMS and just put Jenny or book, and I'll know that that's what you're sending me your personal information for. And thank you very much, Dr. Jenny, and we'll have her back on the couch as much as we can. Now, young Elvis is in. I thought he wrote a song just for Jenny and, of course, Nisha. It's called Young and Beautiful. He's downstairs in the theatre. Here's young Elvis.
You're so young and beautiful, and I love you so. Your lips so red, your eyes that shine, shame the stars of their glow. So fill these lonely arms of mine and kiss me tenderly. Then you'll be forever You're so young and beautiful.
No, 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 no.
You're everything I love. Your angel smile,
No, 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 no.
your gentle touch are all I'm dreaming of. So take this heart I offer you and never set me free. Then you'll be forever young and beautiful to me.
Thank you very much. And that is, of course, Young Elvis. And I've just been told in the earpiece, which I'm not wearing, Jared Mack Music is also his brand new Facebook page if you want to find him and book him. He was supposed to be on the couch today, but unfortunately he had to leave and we won't be able to talk to him today. So we'll see him at the end, hopefully.
He's left the building.
He has,
Yeah,
Elvis has left the building. That's a good line there,
Thank
Paul.
you.
Poor Elvin, of course, talking streaming. Nice to have you back, Paul.
Thanks, Fred. Oh, yeah, this batch of streaming, sorry everybody, but it is a bit more mature. I guess October, it's kind of scary, and there's still crime dramas and a whole bunch of more sort of mature stuff out there, but I'm sure there'll be some good stuff for
Well,
the kids soon. But this stuff's all mainly
let's-
for the adults.
There's a lot of stuff there. I love the
Yeah.
Penguin, but let's talk about Monsters first.
Firstly, a big one on Netflix is Monsters Season 2. Season 1 covered the serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer. This one covers a more sort of trending kind of case that lately on TikTok and other social media sites has been really covering the whole Menendez murders, the late 80s murders of Eric and Kyle, who murdered their parents. This one is you can binge the whole thing, 9 episodes, 1 hour each. This is essentially, it does flashbacks to the incident itself, but also the entire court case and all of the drama for that. We've got a few stars here. Cooper Kosh and Nicholas Alexander Chavez both play the Charming brothers. They actually look quite like them, which is kind of scary. But also you need like the bad sort of parents apparently. So we've got Chloe Sevigny playing the mum, and also Javier Bardem, who plays quite a few villains. He plays the dad in this, and they're not in every episode, but they're in there, and it's kind of interesting because the whole case has been brought up again as well. So this is right on trend. Netflix is Monsters Season 2. So in sort of crime stuff, but now in the fictional one, we've got on binge, we've got The Penguin. So you remember the Batman movie from a few years ago with Robert Pattinson?
I do.
This is actually pretty
It's a
much a
spin-off,
sequel.
isn't it?
This is
It's
a
a
spin-off,
spin-off.
but also sequel. Colin Farrell plays the Penguin. The makeup is amazing. His
Weird.
voice is amazing.
He looks good. You can't
This
even
season,
tell.
this is every week on binge, 8
Yeah.
episodes, 1 hour. So this is weekly. This is kind of your thing that you talk about every week. He's got an offsider now called Victor, but also he's dealing with Kristen Milioti, who was the mum in How I Met Your Mother. She's in this. She plays Sophia Falcone, who's taken over her dad, the whole mafia sort of thing. And he's kind of teaming up with her, but she is starting to take away the whole limelight from the Penguin character, because her actual character arc and how she's acting in this is phenomenal. So great acting in this. The Penguin on binge, 8 episodes. You can start watching it now.
Nobody wants this.
Nobody wants this. Another one on Netflix, but this one's a little bit more lighthearted, sort of rom-com style. 10 episodes, half hour each. You can watch the whole lot of this. Essentially, Kristen Bell plays a podcaster who talks about sex and health and all of this, and she's pretty much not into religion or anything, and she hooks up with Adam Brody. Remember him from the OC?
I do.
He's a rabbi, so they both get into a relationship, and there's a whole lot of conflicts and funny stuff, but also meeting their friends and everything. These two actors seem to have a really good chemistry together. The whole series is really well written, just a lot of jokes, relationship jokes, that sort of thing. So yeah, if that's your kind of rom-com style that you like, that's Nobody Wants This on Netflix. 10 episodes, you can binge the whole lot.
Interesting. Salem's Lot.
Salem's Lot. This is a little treat for you guys for horror.
Is this a
sort of-
witch type thing? A lot of witches
No,
in
no.
this? No.
So witches were big. This one, Salem's Lot, based on the Stephen King book. The town is called Jerusalem's Lot. A author comes back to his hometown, which for some weird reason he doesn't know a lot about it. The mysterious stuff happening there. Essentially, this is This is a single movie that's on binge that went straight to streaming. Yeah, pretty interesting, but they're trying to bring vampires back to be scary, because remember the whole Twilight thing where vampires were probably, the victims of memes and a lot of things. This one, interesting. They're trying to make vampires scary again, because essentially during this year the theme's mainly been sort of fairies and witches, that sort of thing. So yeah, pretty interesting. A 2-hour movie here. It also stars Lewis Pullman. Remember him? He was in Top Gun Maverick as Bob. He's in this as the main character author, but there's a lot of supporting characters in this that are pretty cool. Yeah, so this is Salem's Lot. That's on
Silo,
Binge.
season 2.
So Silo was pretty big last year. Sci-fi series where post-apocalyptic, they live underground in these silos. It ended kind of in an interesting arc that essentially the main character here, played by Rebecca Ferguson, she got released out into the open air, which was apparently dangerous, and she walks off, and everyone in the silo is going, wait a sec, that's not meant to happen. Normally everyone that gets chosen to go outside, dies, and they see that happen, but no, she just walks off. So this is now a huge adventure. Everyone in the silo is also going to be questioning what's going on. If the outside world seems to be okay, can we all go outside? But she's going to start having adventures because at the end of the last episode, there was heaps of silos in front of her. So it's like pick a path, choose which silo or whatever adventure
Well, I guess
you
they're
want to do.
coming up with new ideas to keep it going. I think
This
it's
is based
great.
on an award-winning book series, but this looks huge. So Silo Season 2 coming out November 15 on
Now,
Apple TV.
the next one is my favourite out of all your pick.
I
English
watched
teacher.
the first couple episodes. It's really funny. The
It's
English
because of
teacher,
our age, I think.
Austin, Texas high school, American high school. Eric is our main character. He is openly gay, English teacher, but he has to deal with all the students, but also he has to deal with a lot of teachers
Woke.
coming up with stupid ideas and everything, but also his principal, just everybody, he has to deal with a lot of stuff.
It's the new world, isn't it?
The new world, but also they keep thinking, oh, well, you're gay, you know more about this than us. And he's like, no, I'm dealing with a lot of stuff as well. Really well written. That's the whole thing. Everyone's saying, like, the main thing is, like, it's been okayed for another season. Everyone's just said it's so well written. The main guy, Brian Jordan Alvarez, he actually co-wrote quite a few episodes in this as well and directed some as well, but he's quite good. But English Teacher, you can watch all 8 episodes. They're all 20 minutes each on Disney+. It's
Disclaimer
a lot of fun.
on Apple TV.
So this is another Apple TV series that's really huge and coming out soon, October 11. Every week you get to watch it. Big names. We've got Kate Blanchett and Kevin Kline. In the trailer, you see them. They're playing opposing kind of characters. Kate Blanchett is an award-winning journalist who has docu-series, kind of like 60 Minutes, that reveals, like, the indiscretions of other companies, that sort of thing. But all of a sudden, Kevin Kline, who is an author, has written a book, and obviously there's a character in there that everyone's going, wait a sec, that's kind of like Kate Blanchett's character, but she's done a few bad things. All of a sudden, her life's starting to unravel, and it's pretty big. The cool thing is, in the trailer, Sacha Baron Cohen's a character in this, and you don't even see him in the trailer, so you don't even know what he's playing in this one. So it's kind of a reveal that's going to happen. Is he funny or is he serious? He hasn't done a lot of dramatic roles, but this will be interesting. Starting October 11, it's called Disclaimer, so this is your huge drama.
This is your pick, Paul's pick, Tracker.
Sorry, so this is my pick for this week. Tracker, it's on Paramount Plus. You can watch the whole first season, but the second season is starting now. Much in the vein of MacGyver and the A-Team, the whole do-good kind of character. He goes from town to town across America or Canada and some places. Essentially, there's a reward that people offer for helping someone who's lost or to solve a murder or any sort of crimes like that, and he gets involved. He's a survivalist character. His name's Colter Shaw, which is kind of a survivalist kind of name. It's played by the wonderfully enigmatic and handsome, gosh darn it, Justin Hartley, who's a really cool character. He doesn't do it alone. He has some friends, and obviously he has an attorney and some other people that research and help him with it. But he's the main guy that's in there in the thick of it. And the only funny thing is here, he gets the rewards in the end that they offer. But then from there, he goes, I've done good. And he goes to the next town and solves the next mystery or murder that they assign to him. But yeah, like the A-Team and MacGyver, he's there and doing good, and he seems to have a really straight moral compass. A lot of fun though, because of every adventure is a different town, and that's Tracker on Paramount Plus.
Well done, Paul. You've given us our fix for streaming for the next couple of weeks.
Yes.
So that is Paul Elwin, of course, back in a couple of weeks to do movies. Thank you for being with us. We'll take a break. Luca Babic is coming up next. He's a 15-year-old performer artist from WA. He's doing some big things, and we're going to find out straight after this. Welcome back to the couch. It always gives me great pleasure working from Ellenbrook Secondary College to have other students from other schools, Sacred Heart College, in today. His name is Luka Babic. He's 15 years old. He's a fantastic musician, a nice guy. Welcome to the couch.
Thank you, Fred, for having me.
It is so nice to have you here, Luka. Now, you are only 15.
Yes, I am 15.
When did you, work out that you were going to be a music star and start recording?
I think my passion for music started when I was really little.
More little than now?
Much more little than now.
How little were you when you thought, I could sing, I can do this?
Definitely, probably when I was around 5, 6. I used to always just hum songs and stuff like that.
What were your music back then? Do you remember the songs that you still love?
I loved AC/DC. Me and my dad were always like...
AC/DC?
Yes, I loved AC/DC, like old rock, Led Zeppelin, AC/DC, all those
They were your
type of bands.
And did you play guitar back then or just sing?
I didn't know, not back then when I was 6, 5, but I picked it up when I was around 9, 10, started playing the guitar. Yeah.
And how long have you obviously been performing since you were 6? When did you get into the serious thought, you know what, I can do this?
Well, I always wanted to be in a band when I was little, and then I kind of formed my little band. We called the Rock Frogs, and we performed around. We performed around Perth, did small gigs and like open mics and stuff like that. And then we had the opportunity to play at the RSC Arena together for the One Big Voice Festival. We played there a couple times. We played at the Perth Concert Hall, and then as we grew up, we kind of split up, and then we went our own way. And then I found songwriting from there. And I just started writing heaps of songs and stuff like that.
What inspires you to write your songs? What sort of stuff in the world that we live in? What inspires you?
Definitely personal experiences. I think the best songs are made when you write about your personal experience.
So a 15-year-old, what personal experiences motivate you?
Probably, I think there's a lot of bullying as well, and people trying to control you and stuff like that. That's a big thing.
See, that's a big thing with you guys now, at your age, where I didn't have a lot of that back then. Back then, you used to just punch somebody or push them down a hill or whatever. These days, you can't do any of that, and not that I'm advising anyone that that's the way to deal with it. So bullying is a big part of your world, isn't it? And harassment and all that type of thing.
And it's not good, It definitely damages your self-confidence in yourself. And you can't really be yourself around the people who you appreciate because you're worrying so much about what people have said about you, what people think about you.
It's an individual thing, isn't it? Other people can say, oh, don't worry about it. But it's for you, it could be a really big issue. Bullying can be, it is a horrible thing. How did you overcome that with your music? You wrote, obviously, the lyrics.
That's a great question. Definitely just songwriting. I just write heaps of songs and I write lyrics and I write in like a little journal and I just kind of express my thoughts through that. But definitely I talk to my mum a lot, my parents, and they help me through these tough times.
And what about your friends? When you talk to other kids, do you find they've got the same problems that you have?
Of course, everyone has these problems. Haven't really met anyone who hasn't faced bullying before. Everyone goes through it.
And do you become a mentor through your music in the sense that you're trying to help people, motivate them to, one, to beat bullying, and two, to overcome it and deal with it?
Yeah, that's probably a big aim in my songs. I hope people will listen to my music and they enjoy listening to my music and they listen to the message of the song, and I hope that guides them.
Well done. Now, your music, where would you like it to be? Where were you hoping? I mean, have you done The Voice? Are you looking at doing those talent quests?
I'm not really looking at doing The Voice and kind of Australian Idol. Don't really want to go down that path. Well, I just think about doing the small steps, looking at the small goals, like making sure that I have a set list of songs so I can go out and perform where I want to perform at, in bars and stuff like that. So you want to dwell on your music. And I want to write as many songs as I can, release them, gain a following. That's a big desire for me. I want to gain a following. People want to listen to my music. People want to have my songs on their playlists.
Well, talking about following, you've got a pretty good following on Instagram. You're very popular. Why do you think your music's so popular with so many people, all different ages?
I think it's catchy music. I think they can relate with the lyrics.
Yeah.
I think my melodies are really good. They get stuck in their heads. My song, like.
Have you had any coaching? Has anyone coached you? Is it just you and your family?
Yes, I've had singing lessons. I train with Chelsea J Gibson.
Oh, Chelsea, one of our people from the couch.
Yeah, she's great. She's helped me, especially for my first 2 songs. She's helped me put together and kind of find different ideas for my songs. I also train with other vocal coaches.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about you, Luca. Now we've talked about your music. I know you're a bit of a keen sports. You like your soccer.
I love my soccer. Yeah, I play for North Beach Soccer Club.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a great
And
passion
who's your
for me.
favourite team, if I couldn't guess by the top?
Man United. I love Man United. Favourite player, Cristiano
So do you think it's
Ronaldo.
important? You've got your school, you've got your music, and you've also got your sport as a bit of a passion. It sort of balances your life out a bit?
It definitely, music for me is sort of like a escape from, you know, my stresses or whatever. So I just go to my guitar and play my music and stuff like that. But it's definitely with music, soccer and school, it's a lot. It can become a lot, and then you can't really find time to do those things. So it's important that you organise your time with that,
Very true.
with writing songs, and then with training with soccer, and then finding time to do your homework, you know.
Balance your whole life. How long does it take you to write a song? Is it a hard thing?
I'm not one of those people who would write a song in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like there's people who could do that, but I can't really do that. It takes me time to think, okay, how emotional will these lyrics be? How will these lyrics connect with my audience? And how can I make the chords sound really good? And it takes me a couple months here and there to make my song, yeah.
Fantastic. And are you looking forward to maybe releasing, because I believe you've got a single that's out.
Yes.
Tell me about the single first that you've got that's just been released on Spotify and iTunes.
Yeah, so this song that I've just recently released is called Not Your World. And I think it has a really important message.
Tell me about the message.
It's about controlling people and how we can overcome them and not feel so that we lose our restricted, and that we lose our self-confidence. It's important that we recognise that people want to shine over us, and it's important that we confront them, even though it might be a bit scary to do so. It's important that we do that so we can shine as a person, that we can show who we are, show our personality to the people who appreciate us.
It's a fantastic message, especially to young people. It's all about don't go be in that box. Be willing to be who you are and be yourself. No one does it better.
And don't blame yourself for anything. Don't get into your head, say, oh, what, do these people like me? Are they going to accept me? It's important just
Like
to
yourself.
be you and gravitate towards the people who do want to be with
And I'm
you.
assuming you like yourself heaps of times.
Yes.
No, but that's really important, isn't it? Because if you like yourself, you don't care about anything else and what people say. And I guess that's the world that you're going to be leading into, going online. Your music's going to be out there. You're going to get people that like it. Some people don't like it. But that's a good thing, as long as they listen. So we can get the music now from Spotify and iTunes, is that right?
Yeah, anywhere where you get your music from, you can find my song, Not Your World. You can stream it now. Yeah.
All right, before we get you to perform, because we're going to do an acoustic version,
Yeah.
but I wanted to ask you, you've won some awards as well with your music, is that right?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
I've won the WA Catholic Performing Arts Festival twice. I've won the Contemporary Band Shield and also the Vocal Solo Shield. I've won that competition. And yeah, I've done ranges of competitions and singing and little gigs and
you'll
stuff.
win a lot more in the future.
I
I think
hope
just
so.
be yourself, be very grounded. I can see that that's the type of person you are. Luca Babbage, your future, what do you love about playing music? What is it? I know it gives you the message, but what is it that you love about your music most? For those young people out there that are looking at you at 15 years of age and saying, I want to be a music star like him.
I think
Give me some inspirational words to those people. Look at camera too.
I think it's important that if you want to do music, it's important that you believe in yourself. There'll be heaps of people that will say, you know, your music might not be good, they might want to tear you down, but if you have that passion for it, just do it.
Just do it.
Just be confident in yourself. Do what you want. If it maybe might not be music, but if it's something, your passion, if it's soccer, some other sport or something, make sure you do it. Don't be held back by these people who want to bring you down.
Hey, Luca, what do you want to be when you grow up, if we call you that?
Definitely want to be a musician. I definitely
You
want to
stick with your music?
I want to play in bands. I love playing in bands, but I also want to release music when I'm older. But I'm also I love psychology. I love to be a psychologist, like a music psychologist or sports psychologist.
You'll have to speak to Nisha, one of our presenters. She's a psychologist as well.
Oh, really?
It is a great future in that as well, understanding people.
Yeah.
Well done. You're going to perform for us today. What's the song
will.
called?
Let's
set it up.
I'm going to perform Not Your World, my latest single, do an acoustic version of it.
Yep, beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I look forward to having you on 6PR Radio very, very soon. But this is his brand new song, Luca Babbage, 15 years old from Western Australia. Knock 'em Dead. Here's your new song.
I'm thinking every day and night just to get you to try and say, stop kicking me into the gutter. There's always so much tension. What am I doing wrong? And no one wants to let me in. Hey you, I'm getting locked into you, but you don't wanna take the time. So blocking me in my mind. Hey you, I'm getting locked into you, but you don't wanna open your eyes. So blocking me in my mind. It's in the quiet night, they say I'm giving up, throw it all away, and no one cares about you. In the quiet night, they say I'm giving up, they say throw it away, no one cares about you. But I'm here to tell you this is not your world. I turn around and you get louder. Yeah, I walk around like it's okay. You thought you had all the power. I know I'm not, can't be wrong. Think you took it, that is enough. I'm smiling as I walk away, never gonna be afraid of you. I'm sitting on top of the world, getting away from the crowd. I'm in my prime, yeah, I'm alive. Hey, you, not getting locked into you. Yeah, I don't really need your time. You can't lock me in my mind. Not getting locked into you. Yeah, now you're opening your eyes. You can't lock me in my mind. It's in the quiet night, they say I'm giving up, throw it all away, no one cares about you. It's in the quiet night, they say I'm giving up, they say throw it away, no one cares about you. But I'm here to tell you this is not your world.
Welcome back to The Couch. Wasn't Luca Babbage a fantastic young performer? We'll see more of him in the future. Nisha is also somebody else you're going to see very, very soon. She's back right now on The Couch with another very special guest. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Fred. Yes, today we are talking about the Inside Our Minds project, and we have Rachel Burns, who's a mental health and disability advocate, joining us on The Couch. Welcome.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
It's wonderful to have a fresh new face on The Couch. We did have the project on The Couch last year, and it was fantastic to learn a bit about it. Now, this project, it's a great collaboration. So we've got Mineral Resources, we've got YMCA WA, and we also have the Youth Advocacy Network as well. That's on board, Youth and Disability Advocacy Network,
the Youth Disability Advocacy Network. It's a fantastic organisation.
Brilliant. So tell us, for those that maybe missed our episode last year, tell us a bit about the Inside Our Minds program.
So Inside Our Minds is a series run by the Y Australia. It usually contains 7 videos, which are released over the 7 days of Mental Health Week, which this year was the 5th to the 12th of October. Each video features a different young person, and it helps to highlight their story, give a bit of a voice to young people, with the aim of reducing stigma, breaking down stigma, raising awareness, and encouraging support seeking.
Excellent. We know that mental health, the earlier we start to raise awareness, and being youth-led is always better. Tell us about your experience actually being in a video, and why it's important to use lived experience versus just a theory or a book.
Absolutely. So my experience with the Inside Our Minds project was I actually met Mason earlier this year, who is a youth advocate at the Y. I have lived experience with mental health and with disability. Mason contacted me and asked if I'd like to be involved in the project, which I absolutely agreed to. I was thrilled to. And so I came on as a volunteer. I was involved in the organisation of the project. We were doing a lot of behind the scenes planning. I was doing a lot of liaison as well with the people that we were working with, really, I guess, building a sense of community amongst us. And then I also was a participant, so I was in one of the videos as well. So it's a bit of a contrast going from being the person doing the interviews to switching and being the interviewee behind the camera.
Yeah, that's great perspective taking. During the course of Mental Health Week, obviously it was very intensive for you with all of those roles. Can you tell us a bit about, I guess, the response to a campaign that is more lived experience?
Yeah, I think lived experience is definitely the way forward. You know, it comes from the disability movement and the saying nothing about us without us. It really it's stretched over to the mental health field, and I think, you know, lived experience is the way forward. We can't make decisions about people when they are perfectly capable to make these decisions and lead these changes themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think likely, given the statistics, I think it's somewhere like 54% of people that actually need mental health support don't reach out. Do you think lived experience perhaps encourages people? Hearing somebody else talk about their story may encourage people to also seek professional help?
Absolutely, I would hope so. And that is one of the main roles of the Y's Inside Our Minds campaign, is to encourage support seeking. I think just by normalising and destigmatising these kinds of topics, it's so much more likely that people, especially in the early stages of mental illness or poor mental health, because there's a difference, I think it's important that they might reach out. It's something I wish I'd known earlier on as well.
So important there to pick up on what you've said. There's a mental health continuum, isn't there? Yes. And if you can be more proactive versus waiting until we get to the end where it's a bit more challenging, you can still get help, but it's a bit more challenging, that's much better. Yeah.
Absolutely. Early intervention is key, and it's something that unfortunately we don't do enough of.
Now, I hope you don't mind me announcing this. Usually when we're younger, people don't mind, but you are only 22 years of age. You're so passionate, and we love having young people on the couch who really talk through their passions and their stories. Where do you see your future going now that you're really heavily involved in this space?
I know I want to do something in the lived experience field that's evolving. So the peer workforce framework has come out in Western Australia, and that's incredible. It sets down some ground rules essentially for going into that lived experience practice. Where exactly within that field, I'm not 100% sure. We'll see what comes, but I'm open to any opportunities really, and just seeing how I can get my voice out there and get more experience so that I can advocate for others and use my lived experience to make positive change.
We'll keep that flexible mindset. That'll serve you well in terms of mental health. Now, the Inside Our Minds program, fantastic, in its 6th year. What would you like to see continue to happen over the next couple of years or so?
I would really love to see what we're doing with it. I'm not sure if there might be some changes to the format. I think that'd be really exciting. It'd be exciting to just see what comes, and I think go with whatever's coming, whatever the Y and Mineral Resources has in store.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining us on the couch. It's been fantastic. Can you tell us where to go to find out more?
Yes, you can go to www.ymca.org.au.
Yeah, wonderful. So that's ymcawa.org.au. That's absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for coming on the couch and sharing your experience. Obviously a very intelligent, inspirational young lady, so I'm sure that we'll have you back and we'll be following your journey as well.
Of course.
And so fantastic that Mineral Resources as a corporate is working with the Y and community-led organisations as well. So we hope that kind of continues and encourages other corporates to get involved. Rachel, thank you again so much.
Thank you for having me.
Absolute pleasure, and we'll look forward to following your journey.
Thank you.
If you missed any of that, of course, you can go to thecouch.com.au or our Facebook page, and we'll have all the details up there as well. But for now, it's back to you, Fred.
Thank you, Nisha. Rachel, just a quick question for you, because from the television side of it, where did you record all of the videos?
It was recorded at Mineral Resources, so they have graciously funded the project for the past, I think it's 5 years that they've funded it.
As Nisha said.
Yeah.
And so you've got a little setup there with studio and cameras?
Yeah,
and
so they lent us their recording studio to film in, and we spent the day there.
And what's the importance from a 22-year-old speaking to other people your age and people my age? Why are these videos so important?
I think it's just important to have conversations around mental illness. around disability as well and the intersection that exists between them.
And I noticed that all the people on the videos are all different stories and different people. So I think that's a great way of learning as well, because it's not all one box that everybody fits
absolutely
into.
not.
Well done. Keep up the great work. And thank you to Nisha and yourself for being on the couch today. And we'll see you again, I'm sure, very, very soon.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Put me in a little bit of exercise now. Ready to do my leg warming exercises down. No, I won't be able to come down there, Hala. Takes too long to come down to the studio. But Hala and all the team are downstairs when I can work out how to move my leg again. They're down there with Club Fiesta. Over to you, Hala. Have a great time. I'll try and fix my foot.
Thank you, Fred. Hi, everyone. My name is Hala and I'm from Club Fiesta. Welcome to our Talking Fit segment. I've got my team with me today. I have got Sarah, Debs, Calvin, Katerina and Christine. We're so excited to be here, guys, and we're going to do a little mashup for you to try at home. Now, Club Fiesta is a dance fitness exercise program. It is designed for everyone. It is known for its simplicity, the epic music, as well as even if you think you've got 2 left feet, you can actually go and do the class, because as long as you're moving and staying safe, that is the main thing. It's good for your mental health as well as your physical health as well, as long as you're moving and having a great time, which is what we really emphasize about Club Fiesta. Anyone and everyone can do the classes. If you do want to check out our classes, please head to our website. We'd love to see you there, clubfiesta.com.au, and check us out. You can go and find a class. And if you want to take it a little step further and you want to become an instructor, which you can, anyone and everyone can do it. If you've got passion in dance and fitness, head to our website, again, clubfiesta.com.au, and head to become an instructor. And you can find out everything there. Once you sign up, you can actually get the electronic email with the information pack and also the instructor pack straight away to your email, and you can sign up and then sign and basically become an instructor, teach classes anywhere in the world. All right, so we're very, very happy about that. Other than that, are you ready to dance with us today? Yes, let's go, hit the music. All right, let's clap. Hey. 5, 6, 7, 8, bring it down. Whoop, whoop, wave it, other side. Hey, hup, hup, and switch. I know you're trying with us at home, let's go. Just dance, salsa side to side. 4, ew. We're gonna pump it. Hey, do it again. Beautiful. That's it. Just move. Just dance. We're going to push to the side. Ready? Push. That's it. Make magic. Hey, hey. Whoop, whoop. You are picture perfect. That's it. Make room. Make room. Let's go for a swim. 3, 2. Other side. Woo! Hey, hey. Room full of strangers. Always become friends and then family after dancing. Come and see us. Let's go. Whoop, whoop. Yeah. Stay with us. Stay with us. You'll see why. You'll see why. Now, are you ready? You're going to come and see us. Go. Whoop, whoop. Take it back. Hey, hey. You know the song. Nice. To the side. Whoop. Wind. Hey. Last one. All right, team. We're gonna do it. We're gonna shake it up and down. Ooh, ooh. Let me hear it. Other side. Ooh, ooh. Let me hear it again. To the back. Yeah. Hey, hey. Other side. All right. Come back. Hold. Heels in. Lock the core. Lift the chest. Chin up. You ready?
Look at
Boom. It's time. One more. Step it up. Other side. Hey. We're gonna shake it. Go. Pump it. Other side. Hep. Shoulders in. Yes. Well done, everyone. We're so happy. I hope you guys try this with us at home. If you have any questions, if you want to inquire about anything, please head to our website, clubfiesta.com.au. Thank you so much for having us. Back to you, Fred.
I'm still trying to work out how to move my foot off the bench here. But thank you, Hala, and the ladies will be back next week, and the gentlemen as well. More of The Couch coming up. Alexander Sacosta, talking about fit. He's fit. He's coming up after the break.
Connect with The Couch online through Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Welcome back to The Couch. Always a pleasure to have Alexander Sacosta in without Bernadette Marie.
I know. What a shame.
Did you get any flack from the poster that you had?
10,000 views we got online for that, Fred. And it's just all people on Bernadette's side, which is insane to me.
Oh.
Me, I'm just a good Christian. That's all I am, Fred.
I tell you what, if I see any more photos of her and her new house.
I know.
Oh, and all these restaurants she goes to.
She just...
You'll
never catch me at a restaurant,
no.
Fred. I've never been to one.
No, since my gastric sleeve, I'm probably not. Hey, welcome back. Nice to talk to you today. Now, we've got a whole heap of stories. Kyle Sandilands, Shock Jock.
Shock Jock Kyle Sandilands. So this is with regards to Abby Chatfield as well.
Now?
What is he ever up to? I always feel like their show, they're not doing as well in Melbourne as they were planning on. Now it's a long-term thing.
Jackie O, I think she's wonderful.
She's the calming force in his show. But they were speaking about Abby Chatfield in one of the shows. He was interviewing rapper Young Gravy, and he made some quite disparaging comments, which were really kind of, I know it's very like, oh, that's what he says, but he kind of crossed a line with the way he spoke about her, and they rung her on the show, and he quasi-apologised to her, to keep face. And really, Abby I like, because when she does her podcast, she is just down the barrel. She'll tell you the truth of what she thinks. And she was making a lot of comments about how their ratings were inflated and they're not really worth as much as they think they are. Because apparently they've still paper ratings when they do the radios.
Yeah, look, it's still done by book. People write their ratings
So it's just
there.
like, oh yeah, what did
like
you listen
TV.
to tick box 1? It's like, how does that correlate to like millions of views?
And remember that you might have, in WA, 1,000 books.
Yes.
And you've got 400,000 listeners.
Yes.
So only 1,000 books out of 400,000 people.
Right.
It's not a lot. And Melbourne and Sydney would be exactly the same.
Right.
The ratings are really just a slice of people.
Right.
And from that, they've made it a system.
Yeah, and then you'll pay people based off that? It feels a bit...
I'm amazed how here in WA, and I hope I don't sort of jinx it, but here in WA, I'm surprised that do we hear Kyle and Jackie O yet?
No, not yet, but I'm sure they'll start pushing. I think Adelaide's the next one.
And that was the whole point too about centralising radio stations. Southern Cross or Stereo and ARN.
Yeah.
If they were to amalgamate, you would lose so many people, so many voices, because they would find a way of saying, well, one voice on all the platforms and we save $2 million.
But then where does it go from there? Does it go then into international, and then you just have international people who just broadcast across countries?
And do we start removing the local content? And the other thing is Kyle Sandilands, look, I've always said this about him, and I defend his right to be what he is.
Yeah.
He gets paid. And while people say, we want you to be that person, they're going to keep him active and going.
Well, at the end
I
of the
remember
day.
when he was on The Voice, when he was on Australian Idol, Big Brother, he never changes. They pay him to be that disruptive, awful person that attacks everybody.
Yeah.
But in a real world, he's a father, he's a husband, and he's a completely different character. So it's almost like an actor. But hey, I guess you need to mind your own business when it comes to other people's affairs.
I think so. I don't think that it's 2024. We don't have to be making those kind of comments.
Someone that doesn't do any of that is Liam Hemsworth.
Liam Hemsworth, the third of the Hemsworth clan. So this is a very interesting thing. So there he is on the screen there. So he's in a movie with Laura Dern. And now obviously the narrative is shifting on these streaming services. They're doing a lot of films now where it's the older woman with the younger man. So this is with Laura Dern, who some of us might remember from Jurassic Park as well. And it's sort of a trend because we also had that Anne Hathaway film where she was with Nicholas Galsentine. And Anne Hathaway's 41, he's 30. Nicole Kidman, 57.
Are they reversing the role?
Yeah, it's all reversed. And it's sort of like there's a bit of backlash because people are like, oh, it doesn't feel right. And you've got to kind of question, Why do we feel that way? Because we've had, I mean, look, Sam Neill in Jurassic Park.
That's what we're used to.
We have no issue. He's 108, she's, 30, that's fine.
Yeah.
But God forbid there's a slight difference the other way around. That's not okay.
That's not like a culture shock. I guess it's what we're used to. Consistently, you'll see the older man with the younger person.
Yes.
But you can't be the other way around is what do they call it these days?
What is a grave robber? No, is that right?
No. Cradle snatcher. What do they
cradle
call
snatcher,
it?
Cradle grave robber, snatcher, cougar.
Cougar,
grave.
Cougar, that's the
grave.
word.
Cougar, John Cougar Mellencamp.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the word. We get it. So is that all it's about? Is being roasted?
There's been backlash about that. And you kind of think, at least on the streaming services, there's more female directors, there's more female creatives. So you can see that, if they want to tell the story their way, why not? Like, it's been told the other way for hundreds of years.
Very true. Very true.
Remember Audrey Hepburn was with Fred Astaire? Tap dancing away?
Well... Yes.
She was like 20-something and he was 60.
Left? Is there anyone left we can...
He was probably dead. They were just like puppeteering him on the side.
Carl Sanders, are you there? No. Look, I agree with you, and I think it's just stereotypes and what people... We do everything in this world to make everybody open and modern, accept everybody and inclusive, and then we worry about stereotypes.
Then you freak out. You're like, an older woman? Madness. He's Liam Hemsworth.
That's all right. And we'll keep yours and Bernadette's affair quiet on this account. No, she's the younger woman.
Well, she's always talking about the Great Depression. I was like, Bernadette, I wasn't alive like you.
That's right. And she's a little bit like me. She likes ABBA. And if you like ABBA, you had to be around in the 70s.
Well, I wouldn't know, Fred. What were the 70s?
And she's only 32, Cher's not got any problem about her age. Talking about age.
So this is the Victoria's Secret. So they brought back the proper runway. They did some version of it last year, but this is the proper one with the musicians, and they had Cher there, which was kind of iconic. They brought back all of those famous supermodels. Adriana Lima, Alessandra Ambrosio, the Hadids, Bella and Gigi, Kate Moss.
Are you like me? When you see Cher performing with a group of beautiful people around her, it's like they're covering up the fact she can't move.
I like that's where your mind went.
I don't mean to be horrible, but I watch Cher performing with the lovely people, the dancers.
Yeah.
The dancers are what you're looking at.
Yeah, because they've got to
Cher's
sell
like,
it.
oh, is she there? And she's caught up to them. She walks so... I mean, I give her credit for her
to
age.
be
She looks beautiful.
at that level still.
But I remember her in Mamma Mia, the last one.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, it was almost like they put a frame around her so she didn't have to fall over. But when is it the right time for people to sort of say, well, you know what, I don't have...
I don't have it anymore.
That
Never.
agility. No, I think it's up to the individual to decide. But I think sometimes the world puts them into that position where we constantly want Cher to be Cher. And let's let her relax a bit. And I guess if she wants to do it, that's her choice. And she's an amazing actress, singer, performer, and person. I think she's wonderful. So what is this?
The show.
Yeah, the show.
I'm choking on my fear of the.
And
wrath
Bernadette,
of
if you're watching this, and I know you will.
She put a curse on me.
Yeah, she did. Bernadette,
her and her coven of witches.
Can we just say Bernadette's very happy with her partner, in case she sues
Yeah, she said her favourite holiday's Halloween. I was like, no surprises there.
Oh, I can't wait till next week. I might have to give it 10 minutes next week. Oh, Wicked. That's
Wicked.
What you are.
Speaking of witches, speaking of local witches, nice segue, Fred. Thank you. So,
if you just close the show when you're finished,
Yeah,
I'll
perfect.
turn the lights off.
Crown Perth, everyone, get excited. We're going to have Wicked the musical. It is the Australian touring production. Obviously, Wicked is.
Are you in it?
I wish. Could you imagine? Yeah, I'll be playing one of the people in Oz who just wears sunglasses all the time, walking into walls. So this is Wicked. We've got Courtney Monsma as Garlinda, and then Sheridan Adams as Elphaba as well.
What did I see on the TV? I don't know if we've got a bit of time, but I saw something about there's a film or something. And
that's coming out as well.
What is that? Is that? And they're using the people from the film to travel around the world to promote.
Yeah. Well, so they're travelling around to promote the film as well. So we've actually got the musical coming to Crown, and the film is going to be released, part one, because that's been divided into two films, and that's obviously got Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo as well.
It's going to be great. Look, Wicked.
It's Wicked Fever.
When does that happen here in Perth?
So we've got that from the
End of
15th of December till
okay.
January 26th. So
fantastic.
Short, perfect season. Definitely get your tickets. It's one of the ones that's worth seeing.
Well, I wanted to see Shrek, but they put up the set and put it down on the same day. And you didn't even get time to go online and buy the ticket.
I know, that was only here for, I think, 3
days.
performances.
Do you reckon it was a bit of a trial, that one?
I think that's just a smaller production, so it wasn't as, going to be, it was
completely
slotted
different
in a
characters, I
gap
guess.
between when there's long-term ones.
This
So
will be great.
This will be
It's
fantastic.
just a shame no Bert Newton this time around.
No,
he was
he
fantastic.
was the wizard last time. He was
Yeah.
fantastic.
And they haven't got Paddy Newton in this
Not
time,
in
eh?
this one, but she's
Not
definitely been performing a
yeah,
lot.
She's
Good
been
for
doing
her.
lots, and well done to her. Anything else for us?
That's everything, Fred.
Well done. Alexander Sacosta, of course. If people want more information, go to his website. It is alexandersacosta.com. As always, wonderful to have you destroying all our relationships with everybody.
Don't worry, I'm good at PR. We'll spin it.
Well, do you know what? I just, in my earpiece, I heard Bernadette will be on next week talking fashion, and I'm sure she'll do the have her say about you. But we thought we'd leave today. Young Elvis just rang me and said, do you want me to sing a song to make up the peace between Alexander? And I said, yes, I think we need to do that. So he's come up with a song in the theatre to end the show. Thank you for watching today, Australia. Thank you to Liam Kyle. He flies back to the Nine Network in Sydney. Keep watching Today's Show and also Current Affair, great programs, and the news on 9. But watch us on Foxtel on the couch. We'll see you next week. Thanks to all the wonderful crew here. Have a wonderful week. Well done, Telethon, raising all those millions for Telethon for young kids. See you next week. Treat me nice. Here's Young Elvis. Bye-bye.
When I walk through that door, oh baby, be polite. You gonna make me sore if you don't treat me right. Oh, don't you ever kiss me once, kiss me twice. Treat me nice. I know that you've been told that it's not fair to tease. So if you come on cold, I'm really gonna freeze. If you don't want me to be cold as ice, treat me nice. Make me feel at home if you really care. Scratch my back and run your pretty fingers through my hair. You know I'll be a slave if you ask me to. If you don't behave, I'll walk right out on you. If you want my love, then take my advice. Treat me nice. Make me feel at home if you really care. Scratch my back and run your pretty fingers through my hair. You know I'll be a slave if you ask me to. But if you don't behave, I'll walk right out on you. If you want my love, then take my advice. Treat me nice. Treat me nice. If you really want my love, and treat me nice.
On the couch with
This episode of The Couch is proudly supported by Retrovision. Shop with the confidence that you're getting the best price on offer. And Safety Compliance Global, taking care of all your safety requirements. Thank you for supporting local.